Hey everybody, how you doing? Sega Neptune 84 here. So what game are we reviewing today? We are reviewing good old Q Bert. I really like the arcade game resurgence of I suppose the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. The whole Centipede and Miss Pac-Man, good old Q Bert here. Midway games were, Midway was still coming out with stuff like new stuff like Ready to Rumble Boxing, Hydro Thunder. It's just the classic companies were still around. Atari wasn't bankrupt yet, or am I incorrect here? I don't know. I feel like I remember Atari stickers and stuff, and they still came out with stuff, and Atari's still kind of holding on because they were trying to do this Atari box console or something. Have you guys heard about that? Uh, yeah. If you guys feel like I'm not, I'm talking about certain people and then not other people. Uh, Retro Game Bookcase Reviews, Gollum Cone, Kevin Twiner, Rage Studios. Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are my regulars. There's a guy named Radar Cannon, and I haven't seen his videos in a while, and I want to give his channel some love. I'm not sure if he's still uploading or whatever, but he used to give a lot of comments on my channel, and yeah, there's some people here and there, but those are the main people who've been commenting and showing my channel love. So I appreciate you guys. So you guys are awesome, and yeah, this is good old Q Bert. I've always been bad at Q Bert. Q Bert is not my jam. But you get used to the weird controls because, up is not up. Up is like sideways. Up and down, left and right. It's really hard. Like, you have to play the game and be, like, on your side looking. And, yeah, I'm not really sure about the state of Atari, but if you're a fan of Q Bert, this is a good version. And, Q Bert, man, what is Q Bert? Q Bert is weird. And if you guys seen Wreck-It Ralph, because that's a good movie, I mean. Wreck-It Ralph is a good movie. There's a second one, and I bet you there's going to be feminist agenda embedded into it because feminism is everywhere, isn't it? But we are smarter and we watch with critical thinking. I was watching Married with Children and really psychoanalyzing it and really thinking about my family and like how that show affected my dad's internal world. Like, I was just thinking about my father and how he wanted to be a father in person, but he wasn't really there emotionally, and like there was emotional neglect there, like validation issues and stuff, like gunkiness I got. But as an adult, I can understand and recognize these things and move on and not hold on to any of that stuff. But I was going to add as well. We have long intros, don't we? I was going to add that I got 2 packages today. Yesterday I got Evil Dead Hail to the King. Well, today I got Sonic Heroes. I like Sonic Heroes. I have fond memories of playing Sonic Heroes. I like playing the stages and you're running and you got 2 guys behind you, so you're kind of like in a arrow formation, and you can switch your characters as you play to take advantage of the puzzle dynamics of the game. I think this is a very well made Sonic game. Sonic games are kind of hit and mesh. So I'm excited, and of course I had to scoop it up as a kid because it's a Sega game, of course, and it was on the Xbox, and we had Shenmue 2, and I want to get Super Monkey Ball, but the prices are a little bit steep, and I'm to the point where I don't collect for Xbox Original like I do with the Dreamcast. I'm not going to be a completionist. I'm only getting the bangers, really. But Toe Jam and Earl 3, guys. I had the first one on Genesis. I had the second one on Genesis, but I got rid of that one because I just don't like it. It's just not... I think a lot of people don't like the second one. Kind of wish I still had it just to have the Toe Jam and Earl 3. I have the beta version on the Dreamcast burnt. So, if you didn't know any better, you would think that I'm a huge Toe Jam and Earl 3 fan. I've never beat the first one. I just remember renting it. I've never owned Toe Jam and Earl 3. I own it now, but as a kid, no. No, I just rented it a lot. It was kind of like the NES game Back to the Future. Like, I rented it a lot, but I never got far into it. But Toe Jam and Earl 3, I still haven't gotten far. I've gotten good into the game, but never beat it. So, yeah, and they introduced some new female character, whatever. I focus on TJ&E, and it's a weird, wacky, creative, awesome game. So I recommend it for that reason. But I don't know. Am I going to review Xbox original games? I don't know. I feel like I have to introduce the console, and I haven't done an appropriate Dreamcast review. I need to grab one of my just regular white systems and just be like, here's the launch console, or here's a Dreamcast. Here's how you pop the lid, you know. But this is Q Bert, and we're going off on tangents. Yesterday I watched some Flintstones, but I was editing Psychic Force and Hello Kitty, and I don't know, man. I think as I grew older, I kind of separated myself from Flintstones. I need to sit down and really kind of meditate on Flintstones. But anyway, we are talking about Q Bert, and what was my main point? What was I gonna say? I don't know. I'm keeping you, but yeah, it's Q Bert. It's weirdness. It's puzzles. So retro game bookcase reviews. I know you like puzzles, and Gollum Cone. I'm gonna try to talk about some PAL games eventually. But hey, I'm just proud of myself of the Shenmue 2. He said that he finished Shenmue 2 like a month ago, so his memories about Shenmue is very recent, and I don't know. It's a good game to get into, isn't it? Just so atmospheric and awesome. And leaf catching sucks, yeah. But you know, hey, you get past that part. But yeah, good stuff, man. I love the comments you guys leave, and I just uploaded Psychic Force just now. But Q Bert, let's look into this. Wow, that opening cinematic looked like muddy garbage. And, you know, I forced the VGA. And here I am thinking that it looks better on composite more than likely. This game looks dated. I bet you the gameplay is okay, though. Like I said, I'm not good at Q Bert. There was an opening little snippet thing. I'm not sure what's happening here. Is this the intro movie? And it said Pipe Dream. I'm going to leave that into the review. But do you guys remember the game Pipe Dream? I played that on computers and stuff before, I believe. Pipe Dream. What is it? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Pipe Dream. Yeah. Asterisks. I use asterisks. There's that little star symbol. I use that in my reviews when I'm trying to connotate or annotate. Easy, man. I can't. Just can't. I feel like the menus in the game itself is going to look better than that opening cinematic. It just didn't look good. See, like, I don't know if you can tell the jaggies and stuff, but it really does look bad. No, it sounds really opinionated. I'm just happy to be playing. You know, I'm happy to be playing a game. Basically, I can't speak. This is a trippy game. I mean, this did come from the 70s. You know, Q Bert came from the, what was it, late 70s or something? No real context. I don't understand the world of Q Bert. I don't know. Just makes me want to watch Wreck-It Ralph again. Okay, the game is not timed, so I love it. I'm pretty sure you hit up, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down, then up. No, I'm not hitting down. I'm hitting up and sideways. Okay, I'm teleporting. Where am I changed to? That's great that I changed, but where am I? Okay, here we are. You kind of got to go by feel. You don't really go by what is... Oh, man, I thought I was clear of that guy. That's where you make your little tie-dye shirts. Do you guys ever make tie-dye shirts like... You know, oh, man, sometimes the enemies just come out of nowhere. And you got to have the foresight to know where they're coming from and stuff. But see what I'm saying? It's kind of dangerous to... I don't know. Hey, I made it. You just change all of the colors. I still have my Ethernet cable, my LAN cable hooked in because Toy Racer, man, had to try to put in proxy server numbers and stuff, and I can't figure that stuff out. Change. Is there a language for Q Bert, you know? Does he speak Q-Bertese? I feel terrorized, man. It's like they corner me and I don't know how to get out of that corner. And it's hard to kind of see the stage. I like it when things make a little bit more sense. But like I said, there's a little bit of a feel to it. Oh, man, I was trying to get away from that snake and that rubber ball was in the way. Now, the manual kind of explains some of the enemies and what they do and I guess the psychology behind that, but... Oh, come on, man. Like I said, I'm bad at Q Bert. I feel like Miss Pac-Man makes a lot more sense. You can kind of get into Q Bert. It's worth retrying, but I've retried Q Bert so many times, I just feel like I'm never going to get it completely. I always reach brick walls. I was thinking about brick walls, like exploitation games, and how Grand Theft Auto is kind of an exploitation game because you can do so much kind of subversive stuff, like go to strip clubs and stuff. And I understand the mass appeal of Grand Theft Auto, but I get stuck in those games like crazy, so that's why I never keep my Grand Theft Auto games. I never owned Grand Theft Auto 3, but I had Vice City, and I feel like there was another one. I'm not talking about San Andreas, because that one didn't really appeal to me, you know, the hood rats and stuff. But, like, I had Grand Theft Auto 5, and I don't know, I just feel like that game corrupts, just like how Married with Children is trying to corrupt people, and, like, I got such a critical lens where I can enjoy stuff, but I have to kind of stop what I'm doing and be like, wait a minute, what is this doing to me? What is behind this? Because there's kind of a negative spiritual energy behind, like, Al Bundy, just the way he looks. He looks kind of evil. He looks very malicious. And, you know, Peggy Bundy just smiles real big, but it's just like she's covering up that she's really a man. It's kind of like a I'm not saying that Katie Seagal is a man. I mean, I'm just saying genetically, yeah, because, you know, in utero they give these, you know, these controlled people, like that, you know, Hollywood is such an evil system because there's these evil families that raise, you know, these people are made to be celebrities. So they're born into these celebrity families, not celebrities, just elite families, right? And just like Q Bert, they get sucked into a vortex of Satanism and stuff, and Satanists they believe in subverting gender roles. Men, they want to turn men into women, women into men, and this it sounds so contrived. Like, you know, everybody's just kind of making an observation that, oh yeah, and it's easy to dismiss people when they're saying this stuff, because we live in a world where you're considered crazy for speaking the truth, right? So, yeah, Katie Seagal is genetically a male. It has tremendous masculine features, and and of course, like there's just this fake veneer to that show, and I was researching narcissism, and you know I'm analyzing narcissism in my own past, and my own family. We all, none of us have perfect families, right? But I just feel like, you know, as a child, I was just kind of a fixture. You know, to narcissistic parents, their children serve nothing other than just a reflection of who they are. And I'm not saying my parents are horrible people or anything like that, but I mean there is kind of a level of egotistical, you know, ego-driven. You know, there's times where I was trying to talk to my father about how I feel about this and that or whatever, and then we'll be in a public space, and then somebody that knows my father would talk to him, and he would just kind of invalidate my feelings about stuff. And you know, of course, I wanted to talk about stuff because I'm always wanting to figure out the world, and I don't know. Yeah, but I did have validation issues growing up and stuff, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone because we got a lot of people out there who have families that are just not there emotionally. I know this is fact. I know this is fact because, and a lot of people don't really understand how to articulate what is really going on, because you know parental abuse is kind of it's a hidden thing, because you know, as long as you're not hitting your children, you can ignore them. Hey, I'm getting better with the snakes. Don't want to speak too soon, but yeah, emotional abuse is invisible, and I don't want to, my parents weren't perfect, but I love them, and they did the best that they could. And like I said, as an adult, you can gain perspective and understand what's going on. You know, I'm not a victim, and that's one awesome thing about being a man, is that we never really claim victimhood status. Women do, and that's why they stay weak, because they never grow up. They never say, hey, you know what, things weren't perfect, but guess what, things are never perfect, really. Life is full of loose ends, right? So I got pretty good coping mechanisms, but I can't help but to be in a depressed state from time to time, because like I was talking about my my sisters and how disappointing they are. One of those portals is lit up, so I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I feel like the less you think about Q Bert, the better you play at Q Bert, because the control scheme is weird. But pertaining to the game, this is Q Bert. It's weird. It's cool for that reason. I never really want to rate Q Bert too terribly high, because, like I said, I'm just bad, and it's got character and charm, but it's so out there that it kind of loses my favor. But yeah, it's weird how you can do pretty good at Q Bert when you're just not focused on it. Here I'm talking about family dynamics and how nobody's family is perfect. Nobody. Sometimes you gotta talk about the truth, because you can't really hide from the truth, you know? And I don't really have much of an ego anyway. But yeah, this is Q Bert. For some reason, just a solid 6, maybe a 6.5, because I've been given Hello Kitty like a 7.5, but Hello Kitty doesn't really deserve a 7.5. This game deserves more of a 7.5, I guess. I guess it deserves a 7, but I'm going to say 6.5 just because look at how bad I'm playing. You know, I'm recognizing that this game is pretty good, but just not really my type of game. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just say 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I'm going to stick with that. And do I recommend? No, this game is just kind of a non-game. Who do you know in your life personally that talks about Q Bert on the regular? I would dare to say that more people talk about Miss Pac-Man than Q Bert. More people probably talk about, I want to say Centipede, but Centipede's kind of a negligible thing too. I think more people probably talk about Frogger. Frogger's more popular for sure. But yeah, this is Q Bert, 6.5. Don't really recommend. Thanks for watching, guys.